This reflection is on the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 10, 1 to 20. Jesus is now on the road to Jerusalem, the place where his mission will be accomplished. He does not have all the time in the world, and there is an urgency in the air about spreading the message. Jesus appoints and commissions 70 others to go out to heal and preach the kingdom. The number of 70 is probably symbolic. There were reckoned to be 70 Gentile nations in the world at that time, Genesis 10, and 70 elders on the mountain, Exodus 24:11. And they say there were 70 Sanhedrin serving in the temple. To spread his message, Jesus needs to start a movement. He needs to gather chosen people together and move them out to spread the kingdom. He needs help. Jesus is dependent on the various talents of his chosen ones to help in the task of spreading the news of the kingdom. He needs their preaching, their prayer, their ability to communicate, their halting understanding, their quiet faith, their unformed theology, their hesitant, their selective moments of bravery. And he has to handle their misunderstandings, their confusion, their own preferences about how things should be done, their varied abilities in dealing with people, their view of the company and its future in the real world. Jesus does not wait until all these issues were clarified and solved before he sent them out. He sent them out as they were and risked his word in their frailty. The process of sending out the disciples continues the process of the incarnation. Again, the word will be risked in flesh. It will assume human form, sometimes in the most unexpected places. Disciples, the mission is an adventure into the unknown. Now, I want to switch from the years of 30 to 33 AD, 1965 AD. This passage brings to mind the early days of Bennett Hill Monastery and its formation into the community of sisters being sent from Benedictine Monastery in Mount St. Scholastica in Atchison, Kansas, in 1964-65. We each have a story of our being sent to start a totally new monastery in Colorado Springs. There were 77 of us, a few more than Jesus had. Some arriving by Amtrak, some by car, and some by Greyhound bus, riding all night, carrying eggs and other preparations for breakfast upon arrival to the purchased Priory building on Shelton Road. The call was to be teachers, continuing the mission with those who had already been teaching in the public and Catholic schools in southern Colorado and Denver, each one with her trunk containing all her personal needs. The call is the same as the invitation that Jesus gave his 72 disciples 2,000 years ago, and now, 2022, in the Black Forest on 3190 Bennett Lane. Go and share my word in the various towns and villages, Jesus told them and told us. On June 14th of this year, we celebrated our founding day, and 57 years later, we are no longer teaching children, but we have continued to hear that call. The adult ministries, walking with people in their spiritual journeys, as well as with migrant and trafficked women, oblates of St. continuing the call to share the monastic charism of Benedict and which is also a call to live the gospel. Like the disciples, for whom the call was an adventure into the unknown, I think most of us heard Jesus say to us, "Be happy that your names are written in heaven."